Hello students. Previously we have learned about the local time and the standard time. We have also learned that how to find out the difference between two locations or two countries on the earth's surface using the longitudes. We have also learned that how to calculate the local time and the standard time using the longitudes. Today we will learn about time zones. What are time zones? What is the use of time zones? Today we are going to learn that. As you know that Earth is a spherical in size and there are 360 degrees in spherical object. We learned that at the interval of 1 degree one can draw 360 longitudes on a globe and imaginary on Earth's surface. Earth rotates on its tilted axis, and to complete one rotation, Earth takes 24 hours. And within 24 hours, all these 360 longitudes faces to Sun as well keep away from the Sun. At a time, 180 longitudes can be faced to the Sun experiences daytime, and at the same time 180 longitudes experiences nighttime because they keeps far away distance from the Sun. Thus, there are day duration and night duration in the day in 24 hours. So, one can divide these 360 degrees in 24 hours. We know that Earth rotates 15 degrees within 1 hour. If we divide these 15 degrees into minutes, we will know that Earth rotates 1 degree within 4 minutes. That means every longitude differs by 4 minutes. The scientists use this information for division of Earth's surface in 24 different time zones. How? 360 degrees, if we divide by 24 hours, we will know that Earth rotates 15 degrees in per hour. So accordingly, our scientists divided our Earth's surface into 24 hours or 24 time zones. And at the interval of 15 degrees, there are 24 time zones on our Earth's surface. Each time zone is 15 degrees of longitudes. These time zones are created to help the people to know that what time is there in another part of the Earth's surface or another country where just about everybody observes the same standard. And now we will learn what are the time zones in the world using the world map of the world time zones. We will see.
Now we will discuss about world time zones. And now look at this map of the world time zones. There are 24 time zones on the Earth's surface. Each time zone is 15 degrees of longitude, and the starting point of time zones is a 0 degree prime meridian. Look at this meridian. 0 degree prime meridian or 0 degree longitude or Greenwich meridian is a starting point for dividing the Earth's surface into time zones. At the interval of 15 degrees, there are 24 time zones. The time at 0 degree longitude of prime meridian or Greenwich meridian is called Greenwich Mean Time, that is a GMT. GMT. For an international coordination between countries, the local time at Greenwich or Greenwich Mean Time is considered to be the international standard time. The difference in standard times of various countries is calculated with reference to GMT. As we move to west of a Greenwich meridian, every 15 degrees section or time zone differs 1 hour. That means every 15 degrees time zone is an 1 hour earlier than GMT. UTC minus 1 hour time zone, UTC minus 2 hours time zone, UTC minus 3 hour time zones, like this way. For example, if it is at 12 noon at Greenwich meridian or Greenwich mean time is at 12 noon, then first time zone from Greenwich meridian to 15 degree west longitude is an hour earlier than GMT. It would be 11 AM. The first time zone from 0 degree prime meridian or Greenwich meridian to 15 degree west longitude, if it is 12 noon at Greenwich meridian, then in first time zone it would be 11 AM. And at a second time zone from 15 degree west longitude to 30 degree west longitude, it would be 10 AM. And we have noted that as we move towards the west of Greenwich meridian, every 15 degrees time zone goes behind than GMT by 1 hour. Look at here, UTC minus 1 hour's time zone, UTC minus 2 hours time zone, UTC minus 3 hours time zone, like this way. And as we move towards east of Greenwich meridian, every 15 degrees section or time zone is an 1 hour later, that is a UTC plus 1 hour, UTC plus 2 hours, UTC plus 3 hours, like this way. For example, if it is at 12 noon at Greenwich meridian, it is a 12 noon at Greenwich meridian, or GMT is a 12 noon, then first time zone from Greenwich meridian to 15 degree east longitude, from 0 degree prime meridian or from Greenwich meridian to 15 degree east longitude, is an hour later. It would be 1 PM. 1 PM. And second time zone from 15 degree east longitude to 30 degree east longitude, it would be 2 PM. And here we have noted that as we move towards the east of Greenwich meridian, every 15 degrees section or time zone is ahead than Greenwich mean time. Look at here, UTC plus 1 time zone, UTC plus 2 time zone, UTC plus 3 time zone, like this. And exactly at 180 degree meridian, look at this 180 degree meridian. This meridian is considered as an international date line. It would be 12 midnight. If it is a 12 noon at Greenwich meridian, then it would be 12 midnight at international date line or at 180 degree meridian. That means 12 hours ahead than GMT. 12 hours ahead. How to read this time zone? UTC plus 12 hours. Remember that there is a difference between GMT and UTC. There is a difference between GMT and UTC. What is the full form of GMT? The full form of GMT is Greenwich Mean Time. And what is the full form of UTC? The full form of UTC is a Coordinated Universal Time. GMT is often interchanged or confused with UTC. But GMT is a time zone and UTC is a time standard. GMT is a time zone. The time can be displayed using both the 24 hours or 12 hours time format. UTC is a not time zone but a time standard that is the basis for civil time and time zones worldwide. This means that no country or territory officially uses UTC as a local time. UTC, or a Coordinated Universal Time, is a primary time standard by which the world regulates clock and time. UTC is the basis for civil time today. This 24 hours time standard is kept using highly precise atomic clocks combined with Earth's rotation. Thus, we have seen that if each time zone is 1 hour, then there are 24 time zones on Earth's surface. However, the International Dateline created 3 more time zones. Also, several time zones are only 30 or 45 minutes apart, increasing the total number of standard time zones even further. Normally, if the difference between the longitudinal extent of the country is less than 1 or 2 hours, only one standard time is considered for the country. For example, we will see time zones of India. Our country, India, falls into UTC plus 5:30 hours time zones. Look at here. The Indian Standard Time, that is the IST, has been decided accordingly to the 82 degree 30 minute east longitude. The Indian Standard Time, that is the IST, has been decided according to the 82 degree 30 minute east longitude. Look at this longitude. This longitude passes through Mirzapur near Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. This is the location of Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This longitude passes through the middle of the country with reference to its longitudinal extent. There is no difference the local time at 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude and other places in India. And therefore, our country India has only one standard time zone. But if the longitudinal extent or east-west extent is more than 1 hour, then 1 standard time is not enough, and in such countries, more than 1 standard time zones are considered. For example, Canada has 6 time zones. Canada is one of the biggest country in the northern part of United States of America. It is the second biggest country on Earth's surface.
Look at the location of Canada in the world time zones map. Canada is one of the biggest country in the northern part of United States of America. It ranges from 52 degree west longitude to 141 degree west longitude, approximately. Thus, the difference of local time between these longitudes is nearly 6 hours. Therefore, it is not practically helpful to consider single standard time,
and therefore Canada has 6 time zones. Thus, today we have learned about time zones of the world.